everybody, to episode 13. I hope you liked the new intro. I don't have much of an introduction. Here's my picks from last week. Obviously not good in the college hoops, so I'm just going to say I had my fun, but it's time to get serious, down to business. That's why I got the suit jacket on. I'm ready to give you all the correct picks this week. Don't try fading me this week because people who fade me have paid the price. Roll the clip. Why are you fading me, Gooden? Why is Swanee fading me? I gave you this. I told you this. First loss in the rack. I called it before anybody else. I know my fucking picks in the Big Ten. Don't you ever forget that. This was almost a Mortal Lock game. 11-4 in Mortal Locks. I'm going to hit all of them this week. Don't question my picks, Gooden. Now, let's show Andrew's picks here. You have any comment on your picks?
No, I went 7-7 in college basketball. That's even. That's fine. I will say I went negative in the week. Would have been one less. Still would have been negative, but I would have been less negative if I would have faded Seth's Mortal Lock of over 40.5 for St. Louis. So shows you should fade sometimes. College basketball fade Seth all the time. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So yeah, we'll give you some good picks and be smart in who you're fading this week.
Just so it's very clear, if anyone was watching the XFL game where I had the over 40.5, the head coach for the godforsaken New York Guardians had 1st and 10. He ran the ball for 7 or 8 yards. It was 2nd and 2. So, 8 yards. 2nd and 2. He chose to throw the ball for 3 straight downs, all incomplete passes. If one of those are converted, if you just run the ball, you were running the ball decent all game, touchdown, my over hits, 2-0 Mortal Lock. I gave you a winner in Mortal Lock in college basketball because that's what I do best. I give you Mortal Lock winners. That's what I do. Andrew doesn't know anything about a Mortal Lock. 5-7. Stick around for the Mortal Lock picks.
I got winners in those. Hey, and I would like to say, college basketball, just if you go back and watch last week's segment on college basketball, Louisville, Florida State. Seth said, and I quote, Louisville has no reason to be on the same court as the trash Florida State team. They got their asses kicked. Florida State is the most underrated team in the country. They are in the top 10. They are still underrated. And that's all I'm going to say.
Louisville choked. They were up 15.
Doesn't matter.
Up 15. I just want everyone to know.
Yeah,
that.
And they choked.
So they had potential to win this game by 30.
No.
They were the better team. They choked. Okay.
Into some college basketball.
Into some winners. All right. College basketball. First game is Rutgers at Penn State. Red hot Penn State team and the struggling Rutgers team.
Not red hot Penn State. They got beat by
Illinois
8 against. They lost Illinois and Indiana.
I forgot about Indiana. Yes. Penn State's still red hot.
Both of them are coming off 2 losses.
Start with you because I'm interested in what you have to say about this.
Look, Penn State was really, really hot. Trailed off. Rutgers has started to look like Rutgers again. Penn State is the hungrier dog here. They're at home. They cover this. The spread has come out. Opening line is Penn State -6. I think this is no problem to cover for Penn State at home.
I've been saying it. I think I said it last week. The 2 best teams in the Big Ten, Penn State and Michigan. Penn State, not only the hungrier dog, they're the better team, and they're at home. 6 points is not a lot of points for them to cover. Take Penn State's in the points tomorrow. Today. Next, Bradley at ISU. So this is the last home game for our school, and it should be packed. It's going to be on CBS Sports Network. Illinois State is terrible on the road, but at home they play well. They've beaten University of Northern Iowa, who is a really good team.
They're going to go to the tournament.
Yeah, they're a really good team. So at home they're a different team. Bradley is still favored
Minus
3 points. So I'll start here. Illinois State, last home game, this place is going to have maybe in the upwards of 5,000 to 7,000 people, like triple the max attendance we've had for men's all year. Illinois State will cover this game. I think they'll win this game outright. Roll Birds.
Roll Birds, roll Birds, roll Birds. Illinois State closes out the home season with a dub.
Hell yeah. Next is Maryland at Minnesota. I'll be honest, I still haven't made a pick for this game, so I'm going to let you pick, and I'm just going to fade you.
That's the dumbest thing you can do.
Minnesota is favored 1 point at home against Maryland. Believe that or not. So
Hey, that's what it opened as. At the time of recording, it was opened at 1. And that terrifies me. Also makes me think that is just bait to take Maryland. This is the riskiest pick I've ever made on this show.
I know what you're going to say.
Give me Minnesota. I know if it's wrong, I'll laugh at myself too. But that line is messed up. That's not right. It should be Maryland minus 3.5, 4.5, not Minnesota minus 1. Give me Minnesota.
You heard me. Maryland in the points +1. They win and cover. Let's go Terrapins. Next.
Baiting you has never
Wisconsin at Michigan. This is a doozy.
These are like your two favorite Big Ten teams besides Illinois, so I'll let you go.
Wisconsin is the best Big Ten team when they play at the Kohl Center. Except when you play Illinois, of course. Michigan is my top two. Penn State, Michigan, two best teams in the Big Ten right now as we speak. Wisconsin, not the better road team. Michigan playing out of their mind. Give me Michigan in the points. They're at home.
I don't believe in Wisconsin. I think they're white boys that just I hate looking at them. Michigan wins this game easily, no problem. They stay red hot. It's all Michigan.
Next, Indiana at Purdue. I can't believe it's taken this long for this game to happen.
Well, it's second time.
Oh, yeah, neither of them are ranked. Well, yeah, but it was... Yeah, that's true, but... I don't know. I always look forward to this game at Purdue, but...
Yeah.
Anyway. So, I'll start here.
Yep.
I've been a doubter of Purdue at home, and it's paid off. Believe it or not, it has paid off in my favor. This is not a game Purdue loses. They are the hungrier dog. They're at home. Mackey will not allow Indiana to win this game. There's absolutely no way. Purdue will be favored 10. Give me Purdue in the points.
I mean, up to this point, Seth's going to have a lot of winners because he's not fading me. Purdue has to win this game. This is literally Purdue's season on the line. If they want to go to the tournament, they have to win this game. They cannot go to the tournament with a 500 record. They have the quad 1 wins to get in. They have the resume to get in, but they have to get their record better. They must win this game. They destroy Indiana. Indiana on the road is a joke. It's all at Purdue.
Next, Illinois at Northwestern. A little in-state rivalry game. Northwestern, 1 win in the Big Ten. Super sad. I'll start with you. What do you think?
Okay. If Illinois is not favored more than 10 here, because odd makers like to...
Be. I promise they will be.
Okay, if Illinois is favored 10 or less, 9.5 or less, give me Illinois. If it's more than 10, I'm taking Northwestern. It's too many points. Illinois doesn't cover big spreads. So, my pick right now, because I think the spread will be around 5, give me Illinois.
Illinois will be favored way too much. Northwestern will cover. They will absolutely in no way win this game. Northwestern in the points. Illinois fans, relax. Relax.
I'm shocked you win against
Relax. This Northwestern team isn't as bad as people think. They're Andrew laughs at that. They're not as bad as you think.
Look at their record. It's so bad.
Look at their
record.
No, they've lost some close games. I believe in this team.
Oh.
Northwestern in the points, they cover, like, it's going to be 12 or 13, maybe 14. Like, the same thing as the Nebraska game, which, by the way, was an absolute disaster. Illinois didn't cover by, like, 2 points. Doesn't matter. The Vegas will love Illinois. Next, I already did that. Next is Penn State at Iowa. I'll start with you there.
So Penn State going to be coming off a big win against Rutgers. Iowa does not lose at home. They cover this game as well. Give me Iowa. Garza will probably have another 30-point game. So
Garza,
Big Ten Player of the Year.
Garza. He's a piece of shit. Penn State in the points.
Okay.
I don't care if they're playing Illinois State. I will never pick Iowa in the spread in my life until tonight. But because Iowa's favored 7.5 against Michigan State,
Michigan State.
Anyway, Iowa does not cover. They will not cover. They suck. They're the worst Big Ten basketball team. I would take Northwestern money line over Iowa every day of the week. I don't care if it's at Iowa City or not. Penn State and the points they covered. Penn State will not be favored. They will cover the number. Next, Auburn at Maryland or Kentucky. Excuse me. I'm gonna start with you. Who do you like?
This one, Kentucky has been weird. I almost feel like they've been a better road team this year. Like, they haven't played that well at road. They've about lost to Vanderbilt twice this year. Give me Auburn. I think they cover. I don't think they win, but I think they keep this game really close.
The spread will be like 2 or 3. They're going to keep it close. Kentucky will win this game. Auburn, they're too shaky. They've won way too many close games. Kentucky will win outright, obviously, and cover the number. Next is Michigan State at Maryland.
I'll let you start out on this. I'll save my...
I'm trying to find it. There it is. Michigan State, they are nothing right now. They are nothing. I don't know why they are ranked. Maryland will be coming off a big-time win at Minnesota. Michigan State coming off a loss from Iowa tonight, probably. We'll see. Maryland is the better team. They will win and cover at home. Vegas, what they love to do with Michigan State is favor them on the road. They won't be favored in this game finally, but the spread will be closer than it needs to be, and Maryland will destroy Michigan State.
All right. I disagree with all that, except that they do love to put Michigan State as a favorite on the road. I'm taking Michigan State in the points. If they are favored, 1, I'm going to be pissed. And 2, I'm taking Maryland. So I'm taking the dog. I'm taking the underdog. Whoever is not favored is who I'm taking.
How would Maryland not be favored at home?
That's a good question. That's a great question. I don't know. But Michigan State, they always fucking put Michigan State to be favored. I don't get it. Why is Minnesota favored at home against Maryland? I don't know. But we'll see. I'm taking the underdog. I'm expecting the underdog to be Michigan State. So that's my pick for now.
Next game is Indiana at Illinois. What the hell?
They're not ranked.
Yeah. Because we're going to get into that later, the AP poll. Anyway, Indiana at Illinois. Both of these teams will need to pick up a big win. Illinois needs a win for a double bye in the Big Ten tournament. Indiana needs a win for
just to get into the
tournament.
NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Indiana is the hungrier dog. Illinois is going to sell out the State Farm Center. Because I'm a businessman. I make businessman decisions. I will take Illinois in the points.
That's not where I thought you were going to say businessman. I'm going to take Indiana. That would have been stupid because Indiana sucks on the road. Give me Illinois.
All right. Next. Michigan at Ohio State. This is a big one, especially for me. I'm going to start here. Michigan, Penn State. Those are my two. Ohio State is the hungry dog. Check. Number 2, they're at home. Check. The spread will be favorably in Ohio State's favor. That's why I will take Ohio State. Ohio State should be favored in this game, but not by much. I will take Ohio State, and the points, it should be like 2 or 3.
Okay. Michigan is really hot. Ohio State, I still think they're frauds. Don't believe in them whatsoever. They're a football school. I don't care. I'm going to take Ohio State. Michigan just cannot beat Ohio State, and that continues in any and every sport. Ohio State is better than Michigan. Give me Ohio State.
Next.
Oh, I love this game.
This is the big one.
This might be the biggest game ever.
This is on ESPN. I'm just kidding. Northwestern at Nebraska. Combined 3-29 in the Big Ten. I'm gonna start with you because this is a tough one.
This is very tough. Not really. Northwestern sucks cock and balls. Nebraska, if you watch them play, yes, they've been blown out a lot of times, but they look like they're a couple pieces away from being a 500 team or better in the Big Ten. Nebraska wins this game in a rout because they are at home.
Northwestern will pick up their second dub in the Big Ten. Northwestern in the points for sure. That's a no-brainer. Give me Northwestern in the points. Next, in our final game, Minnesota at Wisconsin. If you know me, you should already know my picks, so I'm going to get out of the way. Wisconsin in the points. They're at home. Kohl Center. This is no problem. The only problem, however, is by how much. Because it scares me a little bit that they could favor Wisconsin by like 7, like way too much.
I have it at 6.5 is what I think it will be.
That's my problem. But I will still take Wisconsin in the points because they cover at home. That's what they do. That's what Wisconsin does.
Minnesota will be coming off a season-changing win against Maryland. People are going to be riding them because Minnesota has to win games at this point. They don't win at Wisconsin. Wisconsin covers. That seems pretty simple.
All right. Next, we got NBA. We have 5 NBA games to look at. So, the first one, Celtics Jazz. Start with you.
All right. I want to clear the air here. I went 1-4 in the NBA last week. Not my proudest moment.
I went 3-2.
Not my proudest moment. So we're going to try something different. All right? I'm going to fade myself. Okay? So look at Celtics Jazz. Jazz are coming off just this game opened at even odds. So it's just who do you think's going to win? Celtics. So I'm taking the Jazz. The Jazz get a big win.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm taking Andrew's actual pick, if that makes sense. So, like, he's fading himself. I'm taking his actual pick.
He's fading my fade.
This is a scientific research thing that we need to discover now, because if Andrew is just bad luck on the show, his picks give out losers, because Andrew has not had a winning week in the NBA.
I did. I went 2-0 one time.
One time.
I've been 500 twice.
Here's what we're going to find out. I'm going to fade Andrew's second pick, so I'm going to take his real pick and see what happens. So I'll take the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
You took the Jazz? I'll take the Celtics. Next NBA game, Thunder at the Bucks.
I mean, and just throw this out while he's finding the game. We say you should be fading our NBA picks. Look at our NBA records. You should be fading those. Seth had a good week last week. You should be fading our NBA picks. So technically, I gave out 4 winners last week. I went 4-1 if you're fading my picks. You're not going to want to fade my picks this week. So, looking at this, Bucks at home, give me the Thunder. I would take the Bucks. Give me the Thunder.
Thunder are a covering machine. I have to take the Bucks, though, for scientific reasons. I will take the Bucks. Next, Nuggets at Clippers. Who do you like, Andrew?
I love the Nuggets and the points here. So it's Clippers.
I see why you lose.
I love the Nuggets and the points. It's the Clippers. It has to be.
I'll take the Nuggets. And oh, fuck me. Next, Rockets at Celtics. Andrew.
I mean, here, Celtics at home. I like it too much. Give me the Rockets on the road and the points.
I'll take the Celtics at home. Next, Raptors at Nuggets. It's our final NBA game. Who do you like?
I like the Nuggets at home. So give me the Raptors to cover. I'm going 5-0 this week because I'm fading myself.
4 out of the 5 that you second guess yourself would have been my pick. So, like, this will be interesting. I have to take the Nuggets.
The risk.
The Nuggets?
Yes, you have to take Nuggets.
Okay. This will be interesting.
Let us know what you think of the tactic.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to come out on top? Is it Andrew's bad luck or is it bad picking? Or like cursed show?
We're going to find out.
Next, we got the XFL. The XFL is having a good run so far. Let's do the transition.
So XFL is having a really good run so far.
Yes. Los Angeles and DC minus 8.5 was Andrew's mortal luck. They got blown out.
Yeah, that was bad.
That's what happens when you take an Andrew mortal luck. You get losers.
That one was shocking to anybody that watched it. The fact that it was that, not that they covered, but that they won by 30.
And I know on the show I had DC minus 8.5, but Andrew knows I completely 180 in my pick after the mortal luck thing after discussion. So technically, I feel like I was right, but I didn't update it in the books. I kept it how it was on the show and on the picks. You know, I'm not no cheater. Anyway. Los Angeles at New York. Los Angeles coming off a big win at DC. They are favored 7 points, and the total is set at 40. Curious what you have to say. Who do you like?
I don't know what to think of Los Angeles. And New York seems to just be bad, but they looked really good at home week 1 against Tampa Bay. The XFL is finally starting to fall into order with where I think the line makers are starting to understand the lines better, understand how these teams work. I think people are starting to figure out the teams. That 7 seems a little too big for Los Angeles on the road. I'll take New York in the points. I think that was a fluke. I think Los Angeles was a fluke.
Even if it was a fluke, this New York team is the worst coached team in the league. I witnessed it live because I needed the over for my mortal luck, and the coach could not give it to me. So stupid. I feel like I won that, but I didn't. Anyway, Los Angeles will cover 7. This New York team cannot win. They are awful. God, just their coach. They're dead to me. That team is dead to me for now. Los Angeles in the points. Next, Seattle at my favorite team, the St. Louis Battlehawks. St. Louis is coming in this game for the 3rd straight week with the biggest spread, 12. St. Louis is favored 12 points. The total set at 38.5. I'll start with you. Who do you like?
St. Louis looks really good. I mean, the dome in St. Louis was the best XFL atmosphere I'd seen. In the 4 weeks that they've had it. It really was electric. I think it gave the Battlehawks a lot of energy. 12 is way too big. Seattle is a decent team. I thought they were a joke coming into it. They've surprised people. I think they're pretty good. I think 12 is too big to cover. I'll take Seattle in the points.
12 is too many points to cover, but St. Louis is a covering machine. 2 straight weeks they've covered. They're going to make it 3. St. Louis minus 12. They cover at home. Seattle's going to be shook coming into St. Louis. That place has never been that loud since 2001 when the Greatest Show on Turf was there. And I love the over 38.5.
See, I like the under, but I'm not putting it on my
38.5?
Don't know what to think of that.
Over 38.5. Next, Houston at Dallas. Houston is coming to this game favored 1 point, and the total is set at 50.5.
It's insane.
I'm going to start here. Houston is clearly the better team than Dallas. Don't overthink it. Houston will go 4-0 now. Houston will go 4-0. They beat Dallas. They have their quarterback back, and he's looking okay. But I like Houston too much. So
Dallas is underachieving. I think
I don't think they're it. Houston -1, and I like the under 50.5. XFL games stay low because of the extra point methods because they can't convert.
Yeah, I would go the same thing. I'll take Houston. I don't believe in Dallas. I don't think that they're really anything special. Taking the under 2, I don't know if a game has gone over 50 this year. So Houston in the under.
Next, DC at Tampa Bay. DC is favored 1 point now after being arguably the best team in the league, and the total set at 43.5. I'll start with you. Who do you like?
DC needs a bounce back. Tampa Bay has, if this spread were any bigger, I would take Tampa Bay, but it's 1. So it's basically saying, who do you think is going to win the game? And I think DC is going to win the game. I think they're going to try to get back on track. I don't know what happened last week. That was crazy. Cardale Jones looked like complete trash. Take DC. They win this game outright and they cover. And then I'm also taking the over 43.5. Tampa somehow decided to score last week against Houston. DC's defense didn't look that great, so I'm taking the over.
DC, they just had a bad game. Cardale Jones threw 4 picks. I think he was uncomfortable on the road. It was his first loss since high school, literally.
It's 13-1 as a starter in college and XFL.
Cardale Jones is a winner. He comes back and they win this game. DC -1. I'm not touching a total. Now, we can get into Mortal Locks. So, with Mortal Locks, would you like to start or would you like me to start?
I'll let you start if you want. Because I got some winners.
I got one for sure. My first Mortal Lock, it's the XFL again. I gave you a loser last week, but it was bullshit. I'm coming for redemption. Under 50.5. Houston, Dallas. This game stays under. The XFL is not made for overs, especially not over 50. Teams do not convert on extra point conversions. This game stays under the total. Can you make a pick and then I make a pick later? Because I'm gonna make a college one.
All right. So we each got 2 Mortal Locks this week. That's 2 Mortal Locks this week. Be smart. Don't fade. Okay. I'm going XFL for my first one. Over 43.5 in the DC Tampa Bay game. Over 43.5. Okay. I'm telling you, Tampa started to put up points. They didn't have an offensive touchdown the first 2 weeks. Then last week they about beat Houston. They're hungry for a win. They're at home. They're going to put up points. Mark Trestman just is a bum and sucks. So, over is the Mortal Lock.
Okay. So you have another? Or...
I have another one, yes.
I'll go. This is my last one. I just found it. Hidden underneath all the rubble, all the games. It's a home team, Big Ten. Michigan State at Maryland. Maryland in the points. They cover. 2-0.
Ooh. Okay. I see 1-1 in that. But I'm going college basketball for my second Mortal Lock, too. All right? And this is the easiest game we've ever talked about. Okay? Roll Birds, baby! ISU +3! Roll Birds! Roll Birds! ISU +3. Bradley sucks. It's all ISU.
Shit. Okay. Okay.
2 winners. 3-1 on Mortal Locks this week. Just wait.
That game's going to hurt me because I'm going to be rooting for ISU, but in the back of my head, it's like,
it's a winner.
Don't cover.
It's a winner.
Don't cover. I don't want Andrew to get any Mortal Locks. 5-7 Mortal Locks.
It's going to be 7
12,
and
7 5-1 in Mortal Locks.
I took one of his Mortal Locks and it lost, so.
Extremely unlucky. Now, let's talk about the horrific news I saw Monday morning rolling out of bed. Don't ask me why I was getting up so late. The AP poll came out.
It's an embarrassment. It is bad.
Where do you start?
Top 10 teams.
I have to pull it up so I can go overall. I can think of them.
What?
But
six or 7 of the top 10 teams lost.
Right now, I can just I can think.
Yeah, 6 out of the 7 top teams lost. Kansas, Baylor, Gonzaga, San Diego State, Duke. What's 9 and 10? Really?
Oh. Maryland.
Maryland lost.
Creighton found themselves in the top 10.
And Creighton.
Nowhere.
So half of the top 10 lost, and they're still in the top 10.
Duke lost by 20.
20 against an unranked team.
And they moved down 1 spot. Illinois, right? We come off a heartbreaking loss to Michigan State, which we arguably could have won if Io did not slip and fall. That sucked. We lost by 1. Big deal. Next, we went on the road at Penn State, who was ranked number 9.
And
they punish Penn State all the way to 16. To me, that just shows disrespect to the Illinois.
Yeah.
Like, you knock them down 7 spots because you lost to Illinois? And you don't rank Illinois?
Okay, and then I'm going to say something here, because going along with the Illinois, Michigan State does not need to be ranked.
This is a Michigan State fan!
I love Michigan State. But what the hell have they done to get ranked? They beat Illinois on the road, okay, by 1. Okay. They lose to Maryland as 7.5-point favorites. And then they beat Nebraska by 20. Congratulations. Nebraska sucks. Like, Illinois should be ranked over Michigan State.
And I feel like West Virginia has lost a million games last week.
They have been. They just lost. They're going to be out of it. They just lost to Texas.
Exactly.
But, like, this AP poll.
And Villanova, I don't know.
It's an embarrassment. This AP poll really is an embarrassment. I think Dayton should be number 2 in the country.
They're my pick to win it all. Don't forget that.
Dayton should be number 2. San Diego State should have fallen back to 8 or 9. They lost to a 500 team at home. And Baylor should probably have dropped to 3. Gonzaga, overrated as hell, as usual. They should have dropped down to 5. Florida State should have been 4. Kansas should be the number 1 team. That's fair. Duke, they won by 20. They lost by 20 and then won by 20. They still should be like 10 or something. You can't suffer the worst loss under Coach K in history under Coach K and fall 1 spot. This was literally the worst thing I've ever seen.
Coach K got on his knees for the AP poll.
We want to know what your opinions are. You Duke lovers. I don't know how you defend that, first of all, but
you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. But let us know in the comments like what you think of the AP poll. I mean, it's bad. It was an embarrassment to see. I was shocked.
Anyway, XFL. Are you you're kind of a DC Houston guy? I would say, right? Those are the 2.
A little bit, yeah. I mean,
What do you think of Cardell?
At Cardell, his performance last week cost him the MVP. I thought he was the MVP going into the week. It's obviously PJ Walker, I believe.
It's a stud.
For Houston. Quarterback. It's either him or the Phillips wide receiver guy. That's the best duo.
He had 3 touchdowns last game.
He has 7 touchdowns on the year. It's one of those 2. Cardale Really, I've never seen him play like that. I mean, we watched him when he was at Ohio State, and he never did anything like that. But I mean, I think the XFL, it's good for the XFL. I think it not good that the good teams are losing.
Every team is beatable. Like there's not any overpowered.
The fact, that vulnerability of making every team is beatable, I think is good. There's not one super dominant team, because even Houston's defense is on that borderline of being frauds.
Yeah, because that's why the total's set at 50.5. Still like the under.
Comments at all?
Yeah, let me find them. We had a couple.
There was a really good one by Keller.
Yeah, the kid just actually did something crazy. So here's the. Oops, let me zoom it in. Keller gave this pick Indiana and Penn State. Here's the score, the real score, and then if you pay attention, IU wins by 9 points. It says edited, but we know.
Yeah, it was like that the entire time.
It was like that. And I love #FadeSwanee 2020. That was trending on Twitter yesterday.
I don't know what. If you like money, you don't fade me. In college basketball. If you like money, you don't fade me in college basketball.
Keller, he's maybe he just picks mortal lock winners, and he knows where to find mortal lock winners and guaranteed winners every week. You come to this show, you watch some mortal lock picks.
We'll go 3-1 this
I'm a simple man. I pick the mortal lock winners. I think about the big time games. I've been in the books. I've been reading the papers. I've been reading the news. Mortal locks is what I do. Game Sports says Fade Seth 2020. I don't.
Yeah, that's
okay. You got 1 week on me, like 1 week. This is my worst week for college hoops. You don't think I'm coming back?
It's your worst week, and
you don't think I'm making a comeback?
And still look at his record. He's 10 games below 500.
Nope.
Damn near
8.
Damn near.
I'm
10.
gonna go 12-0, or how many picks we gave this week. So, anyway. I think that'll do it for today's show. Pretty good show. Make sure you like, comment. Especially comment. We like engaging with you guys. So make sure you comment. Yeah, without further ado, we'll see you next week. Hopefully we gave you all winners. Peace out. See ya.